Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. And before we fully jump on into the video, I just want to ask for all those XRP holders out there, how long have you personally been in crypto? I got introduced into crypto back in 2014 around CSGO gambling with crypto. And since then, we kind of blossomed out. Ups and downs. Did not make an incredible amount of money during the early days because I was very young during the early days. I did not have a ton of money to spare, but now we are here, and things are looking pretty good. I really do think that the future around crypto is a very bright one, but I'd love to hear from you guys. Comment down below how long you guys been in crypto, and also hit that like button if you guys haven't already. And for those out there that are not subscribed to the channel, over 50% of you aren't. By the end of this video, if you guys did find any of the content interesting, maybe you learned something new, whatever the case may be, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. Let's start off with this tweet here. So I seen this get it was up on my timeline earlier today, and I was just reading it. It made a lot of sense to what we were addressing around banks and how banks will basically work within like a DLT based system. And I thought this was very interesting. So shout out to ISO 20022 for this, but we do see analysis of blockchain cross-border payment application model. Banks acts as nodes, banks act as nodes in the Ripple system. And here we have analysis of blockchain cross-border payment application model. Ripple intends to use XRP as a bridge currency, which we all know. And this is going to make transactions cheaper, faster, and to use XRP tokens as its core pillar for settlement fund transfers. Different banks do not need to adopt a unified accounting system. They maintain the original accounting system. Banks act as nodes in the Ripple network system and use cryptographic algorithms for verification. And then here we could see down here at the diagram how all of this will work. So you'll have XRP at the forefront of this, basically connected to all currencies, as you guys do see in multiple currencies there. You have payment providers, payout banks, and then the beneficiaries, aka pretty much anyone that wants to utilize this payment mechanism. And they do talk about XRP. This is a little bit of an older diagram, but it still does stay true today. And I bring this up because yeah, I do think that the core process of all financial use cases will be DLT and crypto related products. Reason why is because we're already kind of getting to that point. And I found this post very interesting as well from Crypto Airy. She's actually quoting Yoshitaka Kiteo. And we do see many questions lately. What's up with Yoshitaka Kiteo and SBI? January 27th, XRP continues as a shareholder benefit. January 26th, crypto assets are crashing, but since they are still immature financial products, regulations will be developed and strengthened in each country in the future. And the blockchain technology itself, which is used for crypto assets and various possibilities, international and domestic remittances can be made quickly and at low cost. The use of technology will spread not only in remittances, but also in various industries. And here we have that quoted tweet. And we do see collaborating with SBI, Shinsei Bank, and regional banks going beyond finance with finance at its core. Very interesting. So, why did I find this post interesting? Well, we're going to go back in time because we have been holding on to something for a while, and I think that this is coming true more and more as days go on. You guys are probably all aware with this post. This got posted back in 2019, recently updated back in April of last year. SBI CEO, every bank in Japan will use Ripple's XRP by 2025. You guys are probably all aware of this. We do see Ripple's XRP token currently bears further uplifting news as SBI, which is a Ripple enthusiast, has planned to have a few banks in Japan and also utilize the token by 2025. Now, when we take a look at this, let's look at a few things. So, the use of XRapid, which is now on-demand liquidity, using XRP is getting widespread, and the number of companies participating in RippleNets is increasing substantially. Therefore, in such a meaning, it seems that the use of Ripple's technology will gradually become used in the form of using XRP in the international money transfer field. Virtual currency is tough unless there is real demand, but we believe firm real demand will come out from now on. Now, I do think that the demand is growing day by day. There is going to be a few things looking forward on in time around the Osaka Expo, which is going to be held from May 3rd, 2025 to November 3rd, 2025. The theme of it is designing a future society for our lives. And this could definitely include Ripple with XRP. As we do know, there's a ton of real demand for the value behind XRP with a lot of these use cases, and we also know that at this current moment in time, Ripple continues to expand with XRP through on-demand liquidity powered corridors, which are also leading the way in financial innovation. Now, also down here, we do see Kateo also quoted as saying he believes that because the fundamental value of Bitcoin is zero, it falls by 80% from its peak. He also says that XRP in the crypto world is probably the number one crypto asset because it's basically the only one that has that true fundamental value tied to it. Now, since then, yes, a lot of assets have rose, and we start to see more and more utility-based tokens getting a little bit more serious about their use case advantage and also real-world applications being built in. But I brought this back up because of this quote here that we have from Finance Monthly. And this is Cindy Young's take on crypto in 2023, including CBDCs. And she just recently got named, she's the MD of Europe at Ripple. And when we take a look at what she's doing around Ripple, she has been working with them for a very, very long time on a lot of these major innovations happening around finance, especially in Europe. But we do see banks are no longer questioning whether they require a crypto strategy, but are instead asking themselves what their crypto strategy should be. So we've kind of gone from the area of, okay, well, banks are wanting to adopt crypto, or maybe they're talking about adopting crypto, to now they're asking themselves, okay, how can we do this? Like, what should our crypto strategy be? Because now they are basically telling us, like, hey, crypto is going to be the forefront of the future around finance. In my opinion, as we look at banks, I really think that physical banks are going to cease to exist, and I think that we're going to start to see more and more digital banking. I think that most banking is going to be online, and I really do think that physical banks in general are basically useless. And every single time that I've gone into a bank and I've had to deal with a bank in person, it's been a nightmare. And a lot of the things that I'm going to a bank for, anyways, I could do online. So, in my opinion, as we do look at banks, yeah, this makes 100% sense that they want to start adopting crypto at mass. And I think that this is going to happen probably within the next 2 years. And I think that this is also why this article really kind of stays true today and has a lot more power behind it today than it did back in 2019. Because again, in 2019, nobody really knew where things were headed around crypto. I mean, going back to 2020, March 2020, people thought it was like the end of crypto. But we are starting to see things move very, very fast around fiat currency and around the banking scene. In fact, this was one of the biggest announcements that we've seen. So we see from digital perspectives, and just like that, the digital pound stablecoin is born. See how easy and quick that was. That's a G7 nation we're talking about. And here we have it. So Brits can now withdraw physical cash for a GBPT, a one-for-one British pound stablecoin, as well as other cryptocurrencies at ATMs in the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom has been moving extremely fast on crypto regulation. In fact, we have been focused on the UK for a very long time on this channel, and I tell everyone, when we take a look at what the US is doing, they are destroying the US dollar dominancy by not wanting to innovate and not wanting to adopt. The UK wants to become a crypto hub, and this takes them very, very far down the road ahead of almost every single major nation. This is absolutely huge, and I cannot tell you guys about how big this is. I think it speaks for itself. This is a huge step. And this is also another major step in history around crypto adoption. And here we have, from Anthony Welfare, the growth of CBDC trials and tests are building momentum, and with each, there are distinct solutions that will ultimately require interoperability between different technologies and protocols, existing payment schemes, and across borders. Central bank digital currencies make headway, but can they coexist? As one US CBDC project comes to a close, it's increasingly clear that government-backed currencies can't succeed unless they are interoperable with the current system. This is becoming a big, big step to the next portion of the CBDC announcements. In my opinion, I think that with the entire global system in mind, we are going to see a harmonized approach to CBDC adoption and CBDC launch. And I think that's already kind of starting. The US is extremely ready to push for a CBDC, but I think that they're trying to kind of delay it as much as possible because they want to make sure that they can control it. And I think that they are going to fail to do so. Of course, that's my opinion. Everyone has their own idea on that. But I think that with CBDCs, central banks will control them to an extent, but they will be issued out on a private ledger basis, most likely on DLT like the XRP ledger, and I've talked about many times why in the past. You can go over to Ripple's website; they have a full-on article breakdown on that, and also even like the digital euro, right? Almost every single major nation, specifically around like the G7 as well. The G7 nations are more and more ready day by day. And we do see here from the Digital Euro Association, the digital euro wouldn't replace other electronic payment methods or indeed cash. Rather, it'd be a complement to them, and by doing so, it would safeguard our monetary sovereignty while strengthening Europe's strategic autonomy. And again, every single major nation is sounding the alarm on the next evolution of finance. And I really think that the UK is giving us a great insight on what's to come. Like, we are about to see mass adoption from these major nations around digital assets and crypto. And it really does take me back to the banking idea. Like, every single major bank utilizing, Ripple's XRP in Japan. I think every bank in Japan definitely could benefit from utilizing XRP, and I think that from there we will start to see a blossoming effect. Remember, right? When we take a look at the power and the potential behind RippleNet, now I don't believe in all of the money. Just to give you guys a quick insight, I don't believe in all of the money. I think that there's, a ton of incredible opportunities out there for this market. I don't think that XRP is just going to be a one-size-fits-all approach. I'd love to be wrong though. But we do see here, Ripple can help banks consolidate all of their liquidity into one pool. We do see RippleNet's two key groups, banks and payment providers. Banks processing payments for corporates and consumers, providers of liquidity for other banks. We see Ripple at the forefront, connected to payment providers, which are supplying liquidity, expanding payout reach for banks to increase their payment volumes. And then at the bottom, we see corporates, corporate treasury, banks, and payment providers and consumers. Since when we take a look at most of the things happening around on-demand liquidity and XRP, we know that they're focused on corporate treasury flows, utilizing on-demand liquidity and how that could really not only help capital, but also allow for efficiencies to be realized in. Transparency is a big one as well. Transparency would be huge through a digitized approach with RippleNet's idea in place. But also liquidity. Liquidity is the big thing here, right? Liquidity is the big focus point whenever we talk about RippleNet being connected to banks. When we take a look at the core process of all of this, though, it will be DLT technology. The Internet of Value, right? The Internet of Value is going to be the new system, the new global system approach, and it's going to uplift every single major industry and sector by providing the efficiencies that all of these major companies, banks, financial institutions, etc., they all demand. They want to see these efficiencies, but again, the technology is here. We just have obstacles in front of it. We have the obstacles of regulation, interoperability, which some of this is already solved. Like interoperability is already solved through Quant. We talked about it. But regulations, regulatory uncertainty is the big one. Once we have that behind us, it's game over. It's 100% game over. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, hope that you all have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this before. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.